Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. So as you see before you, of course, there's some stands. Of course, there is the 3 really cool ships, and there's 14 little minifigures. If you're wondering what these are from, in 2021 at PulseCon, there were several reveals. Of course, there was the Legacy Wave 1, there was the Decepticons Forever Ravage PulseCon exclusive. Also, there was the Reformatting Galvatron exclusive, which came with these 3 ships and these 14 little minifigures. And unfortunately, it did not come with some sort of display stand for you to display them in your setup. You really just had to put them on a shelf, which I thought was really lame, and I really wish it came with the stand. Fortunately enough, for people who got Unicron, that did come with a stand, but of course, I was one of those people who was unable to get it because it was like $600, and it was a HasLab, so there was a very limited window for you to actually be able to buy it. And I looked several times on eBay for that stand, and I was unable to buy it. So I was actually fortunate enough to look on eBay recently and find this custom stand that was made for these ships and these little minifigures. So I thought I'd just do a short little video talking about the stand. The person who made this, they did not ask me to do this, they didn't pay me to do this. This is just a little video I thought to do just to give you my thoughts and opinions, and of course I will leave a link in the description down below where you can buy this. Again, not sponsored or anything, I just thought I'd help you out. So let's get right into this video just to talk about the stand really quickly, and that'll be pretty much it. So here we have the really cool custom display stand. So if I count it correctly, there is 24 slots to display these little minifigures. So of course, if you have the 14 little minifigures that came with the Reforming Galvatron, you could display them there. If you have the 2 Optimuses, the one that came with the Arc, the one that came with the Centurion drone, or if you have, of course, the 3 or 2 little minifigures that came with HasLab Unicron, you could also display them here or on the stand that came with that pack. So lots of really nice options to display all those figures. I'm probably going to keep the Optimus figures separately, because this is really just for the Reformatting Galvatron. And of course, if you have the 3 ships that came with that pack, you can display them here. And how they are, how it works is, of course, there is just a port there, and there is a peg, and that just plugs in just like that. And I bought the version that comes with 4 risers, just in case if one breaks, because this is a custom display. So I was kind of counting on maybe some breakage problems in the future, because I really wasn't sure how good this material was that built this. But overall, display-wise, it actually works pretty well. There's a lot of really nice options if you want to have this ship here. Of course, you could do that, or if you want to have sort of a diamond effect or pointed effect, you can do that. And of course, if we get a little bit closer, you can see all those figures right there. We have Perceptor, Cup, Scourge, RC, we have Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream, I think that's a Dirge, Cyclonus, and on that side we have Ultra Magnus there. We have all the Dinobots, Grimlock, Swoop, Slag, Snarl, all there. And of course, we have the Quintesson ship there, we have the Junkion ship, and the Revenge. So, a very cool display stand. This video is going to be very, very short, of course, much different from typical reviews I do, but still I thought I'd do this video just to inform you guys, if you weren't able to get the Unicron HasLab figure, you still have an option to display these figures right here, which is super, super cool and very nice. I really do wish Hasbro had just released a mass-released retail stand on Hasbro Pulse for everyone to buy, but unfortunately, they haven't done that yet, but maybe they'll do it in the future. That'd be very nice if they could. But still, the stand actually works pretty well for now. I think it looks pretty cool. I think there's actually several options. If you want to get it like in green or clear plastic, you could, but I just opted for the black just to give change in color, because where I'm going to display this, the background is white, so I thought I would maybe give a little bit more color and it would pop more. But overall, it looks very cool, and it kind of does highlight more. I wish these little figures were painted, but that's not really the stand's fault. That's Hasbro. I really wish these were individually painted their colors, but unfortunately they're not. But still, the ships really look cool, how they're raised. That looks really, really nice. And again, of course, it just works like a port and peg system if you want to, and you could put it there if you wanted to. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it for this video. Very, very short. Just wanted to show you guys an option, you know, a stand option if you want to, for some more interesting display options, because whenever before I had the stand, I just put them on a shelf, and it was really boring. The ships were just laid there flat, and I just had the little figures lay there flat too, because I was tired of them falling over, and I thought it was really boring and lame, so I opted to get a really cool stand, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. I do have a little bit of advice, because the little slots where you put the little figures are very deep, so if you get the stand, do not put the figures in there all the way, because it could actually be very hard to actually yank them out, and if you do, the little figures could break, because some of these are very small, like RC and Cup. They're very, very slender and small, so if you put too much pressure, they could actually probably bend, and of course it could turn white, or they could just rip in half, because they're very, very small. So do not put them there all the way. As you can see, a good example is Cyclonus here. You can actually still see the plaque right there. It's actually barely in there, and that's what I've tried to do for all of them. Just barely put them in there, so if I ever want to take them off the stand and do some sort of video or display them a different way, I can easily just pop them out, and of course if I want to, pop them back in. So if you get this stand, just easily, carefully put them in there. Don't push them in there all the way, because it is going to be a really big pain to take them out later. Several of them I had problem with was Perceptor. He was a real pain to put in because he just would not want to go into the slot. Also, be careful with his little telescope on his shoulder. You could bend that, so do be careful how you put these in the stand, because you could bend or break them. So just take your time, and I was able to put all of them in there probably like 5 to 10 minutes. That sounds like a lot, but actually it wasn't that bad. So yeah, just take your time, be a little bit careful, because these are exclusive little minifigures, so be careful if you have it. And if you're okay without the stand, just, you don't need to buy it, but I thought it was still pretty cool to get for only about $20. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. It's a little bit of a different one. I'll get back to some usual reviews later. This will actually go near my reformatted Galvatron and my HasLab Victory Saber shelf, so I will do a setup video soon, and you'll see the stand right next to reformatting Galvatron, and of course, hopefully soon, later in the year, I'll put Victory Saber next to the stand, also, of course, reformatting Galvatron. So let me know what you think of this stand in the comment section down below. Is it worth to get, or of course, you can just pass on it? I think it's still pretty cool for what it is. No, it's not perfect. Would I have rather gotten the Hasbro one? Yes, absolutely, but I just gotta work with what I got. So overall, looks pretty cool for what it is, and I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you next time.